What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another SC25 video. Today, guys, I just want to talk a little bit about this game, where it's at, especially with the menu grind and the menu content. Not just the menu grind, but also player SBCs, icon SBCs, hero SBCs, etc. Because yesterday felt like a really big slap in the face from EA. And they've given some big slaps in the face over the last 10 years. But yesterday felt like the biggest one. And that is based on the fact that this crafting upgrade SBC completionist not only gives horrific rewards and a horrific group reward comparative to the game state and what's in the game now and what we got last year, but also, like, there's nowhere near enough ways in this game right now to generate the 1100 golds that are needed to complete this. You know, you get 3 back per pack, so you're at a net loss of 800 golds. And you get this for a net loss of 800 golds. And it's just awful. So I thought today I'd go through all the content that we've had this year up till now, and all the content that we had last year up till now last year, and give an understanding of why people are really pressed. You know, yesterday's video was kind of like me just venting a lot. And there were a few people that pushed back. And if you like this game and like this content, then fair play to you. You know, and if your opinion is that if I don't like it, I should just stop playing and stop making content on the game, then my rebuttal to that would be just stop watching my content then, because I'm just going to keep giving my feedback and my views on this game to people that care. And if you're not one of those people, that's absolutely fine. But most of you guys completely agreed with me, and I for the life of me can't figure out what EA's end game is with the changes that they've made for this year's menu offerings. And I know that people's most intense thought is always and usually is to sell more store packs. I don't think making people really upset with the game is going to drive them to the store. I might be wrong. That might just be the way that I view things, but that's where we're at. So as I said, this year's crafting completionist, guys, and first of all, thanks to Josh for putting all of this together. He did all of the legwork for this one. I'm just the one that's reviewing it. This is the crafting upgrade completionist we got this year. As a comparison, last year we also got a crafting upgrade completionist. However, we got that crafting upgrade completionist way earlier. We got it on the 30th of October instead of this year on the 11th of November. And by comparison, and you'll see me go through the rewards here on screen, by comparison, we had last year a 15k pack 3 times in a row for 10, 20, and 30, 3 rare Electrum player packs for 40, 50, and 60, an 83x2 twice for 70 and 80. We had an 84x2 for 90, an 80x10 for 100, and a 100k pack for the complete set. So way more in return and way earlier in the game cycle, right? Way earlier in the game cycle. And if I remember correctly, the packs that we used to get from just other objectives and stuff used to provide more cards in return, right? There was just more cards that we could get. What I want to do is just go to the crafting upgrade completionist here, just so you guys can see what it was that we had to get. So here you go, the crafting upgrade completionist there. It's also just 11 golds, so nothing's changed on that front. And it also gives a 3 rare gold players pack. So it's the same in and the same general pack out, but you got way more back for it. And as I say, it's my opinion, especially with the ability to take double pack rewards from rivals as untradables. It was a lot easier last year to get gold cards. I never had to worry about having low rated gold cards last year. This year, I think just packing, like actually getting cards, actually getting packs that have cards is just really difficult. And the reason why it's really difficult is because even if we look at like the Centurion's 10x10, you're getting a 78x2 instead of a gold players pack. You're getting an 80x2 instead of a gold players pack, or a small rare gold players pack, or a small prime gold players pack. Instead, you've been given an 80x2. So yeah, sure, on the one hand, you've got a minimum guarantee in there of an 80 rated or higher. But on the other hand, let's then focus that change in not expecting 1,100 cards for this crap, right? If you've reduced the ease of which we can just get those terrible fodder cards, make a change. So year on year, first of all, to just be brutally honest, it's a shambles, right? It's way, way harder. It's way worse rewards. It's way harder to get the cards to complete the completionist in the first place. And we got it nearly 2 weeks later compared to where we got it last year. That is a conscious change from EA. Moving on, I want to move on to Icon SBCs. We got Juan Sebastian Veron Icon SBC a few days ago. And this SBC is laughable for so many reasons. Mostly because of the requirements of him. Needing an 87 rated, 286s, 285s, and an 84, and needing, I think it was 3 informs or 2 informs for this, when there really is no way to be able to get an 87 rated squad outside of literally just dumping everything you have. Like, the actual true ability to be able to earn rewards, high rated cards. They don't even have to be high quality, but the actual ability to earn high rated cards in this game is nearly non-existent. Because even if you do get guaranteed minimum packs, you get an 82 by 10 or something from your champs rewards, for the most part, it's just 82 rated with the odd 83, 84. I did a full squad battles, rivals, and champs run through last week, and my highest rated cards, my only walkouts, was a 90 rated untradeable De Bruyne and an 87 rated untradeable Karchawi. Outside of that, everything was 86s, 85s, of which there was not even many of them, and then a few 84s, and then all 83s and lower. So unless I took all of the cards that I got and all of the coins that I got and dumped it into this Veron, and even then I wouldn't have been able to complete it. I would just want, you can't complete this without going to the store. And okay, that's kind of what EA want to a degree. But they're just going to wind people up so much to the point where people won't go to the store. They'll just go to a different game. And so when it comes to this Veron this year, we have this Juan Sebastian Veron. He's the only Icon SBC we've had so far. He is grossly overpriced in the first place, but also it is nigh on impossible to get the fodder required for him. He is a card that is not special in any regard. The only thing that he offers well is icon links, but there are cards on the market as good as or better than him, or other SBCs like the Kefren Turam SBC with 70,000 coins. This has icon links, that's great. This SBC should have been about 100,000 coins worth of cards needed. That would have been just fine. But this card, based on some of the evolutions that we've had, especially the Rodri and Bonmati Evos, this card just isn't special and it doesn't move the needle for people's teams. The surprising thing, though, guys, the most surprising thing isn't the fact that this Veron is here and is overpriced. Compared to this stage in the game last year, we already had David Beckham on October the 8th, Laurent Blanc SBC on October 16th, Stoichkov SBC on October the 25th, Centurions Perlo on October the 29th, and Centurions Vidic on November the 3rd. And that blows my mind that this time last year, we had already had 5 Icon SBCs. And here is David Beckham. And David Beckham is 10 squads, which is a reasonable amount. Very good card, can play centre mid as well. Good play styles, that's neither here nor there for it. What did he cost? So he was the bronze and the silver. He was the generic lone squad, which was just gold players. Then what was he? An 84, an 84, an 85, 86, 87s, and an 88. However, this time around, much like what I was explaining before, it was way easier to get higher rated cards, and 188 rated squad was there, but it was way easier to get higher rated cards because of the promos that we had, the promo packs that we'd had, and the fact that you could get more from rewards. Like if we look at what we have on offer this year from Rivals rewards, and of course, it is fair to remember, guys, that EA have made it harder to get to the top divisions now, and you now have relegation, and the seasons were shorter, but they've made it harder to get to the top divisions because once you go past Division, or even in Division 3, there's only one checkpoint this year in Division 3. Division 2, there are no checkpoints, and Division 1, there are no checkpoints. But when you look at the rewards, what you get is 2 85 or higher rated cards. Now, they're tradable, which is nice, right? You get an 83 plus team of the week, which will just be a team of the week and a mega pack. Then you get something that does, you get some decent coins. This is Division 1, mind you, which is hard to get to. But you get a 75 by 40, which is effectively an ultimate pack, tradable, and a 75 by 50 in Division 1. But I've seen genuinely hundreds of these being opened, and they provide you with almost no fodder. And what we don't have this year, what EA are doing a bad job of this year, is like just giving the ability to upgrade our low rated cards to high rated cards at a reasonable rate. You know, last year we had player picks already this time, and you could get high rated cards from farming the player picks, and it was easier to get the cards in the first place. This year, we don't have a daily grindable thing this year. They nerf everything that they've done. And so the rewards now, you know, let's say Division 4 that I'm currently in, because I just can barely bring myself to play this game, I'd get 184 plus guaranteed. That'd be tradable. I would probably sell it no matter what. The team of the week, the mega pack, a 75 by 15 and a 75 by 25. So I'm getting 40 players that are going to be 40 gold cards, basically, is all I'm getting. 40 golds plus the mega pack. If we relate that to last game cycle's Rivals rewards, let's see if we can still go and have it. Go and have a look. And even if we look at like the similar sort of division, but you know, there's some benefits to Rivals this year compared to Rivals last year. But if we look at that compared to Rivals rewards last year, and it is fair to say that I think these rewards are like updated a little bit as the year went on, but the core principle of the rewards are still the same. You could take double the amount of rewards, and it was a lot of rewards, if I remember correctly. It was like 4 packs in the end. They offered me 20% off of a game that I've already bought. Thanks, EA. Oh, I've got some rewards here. I might have played Rivals in the first place, and actually have some rewards waiting. Oh, some returning user rewards. Let's go. Wait, imagine if I've got that. Wait, as a reward and get. Wait, what the hell? Did it just give me those packs? Anyway, I don't care. That's not what we're here for. What we're here for. When we look at Rivals from last year, I ended in Division 1 because I didn't want to be an elite. And bear in mind, it required less games to get these rewards, right? When we look at these upgraded rewards, view weekly rewards. No, this is the one that we want. Ignore the player pick, right? Look at these packs. Look at the difference. An 84 by 4, that's where you're going to get your fodder from. And if you go to option 2, 2 84 by 4s, that all of a sudden is 8 massively high rated cards. Presumably, you know, it might just be 84s, but if you're building 85, 86 rated squads, that's good. 2 rare mega packs, that's going to give you like, what, 20 golds or so. 2 prime gold player packs, that's 24 more golds. You're getting 8 more cards here. You're getting 2 81 by 11s, that's another 22 reasonably guaranteed high rated golds. It is way better for way less games. And I thought this year would be better because of the way they did it. It's just not. They have absolutely reduced our abilities to get cards. So as I say, in terms of icons from last game cycle, by the first Centurions icon that we got was Centurions Perlo. Let's go to him. Obviously, it's the same promo then as what we've got now, but you can see all of the icons that we've got there. Stoichkov, Laurent Blanc. We already had Beckham, Stoichkov, Blanc. Is there one more that's there, or is that a loan? It might be a loan. But we got Perlo, excuse me, Perlo, who came in. And if I remember correctly, this card was extremely, extremely cheap. And for a good reason as well. But what was he? So he was the bronze, the silver, an 188 rated squad as well. Let me actually listen to what I was saying about these squads. Let's have a listen and see if I was happy or not. Again. And then the loan for 5 games off of a gold team. An 84, an 85, an 86, an 87, and 88. I can't even lie, man. I'm probably going to skip this one. So I'm going to skip it. There's a lot I like about this card, but for what a wild difference in any regard of my opinion of I'm probably going to skip this one versus this is terrible value. This is like outside of the scope of being horrific value for what you're getting, because that Pirlo did have some good features, right? 5-star, 4-star, insane dribbling and passing, which was really important at certain points last year, reasonably affordable to do. Then we come to, guys, the next thing that I think EA have made a negative change for this year, and I don't mind parts of it, but we're going to be now talking about and looking at the icon and hero upgrades. So last year in FIFA 24, we got our first max hero, was an 87 rated max hero, and it came out the 15th of October. This year, we got the same max 87 rated hero, but it came out on the 25th of October. Sorry, the 6th of October. So about 9 days earlier. However, last year, it was 186 rated squad. This year, it's an 86 rated and an 85 rated squad to get that hero. And if I remember correctly, it was actually upvoted. But what's hilarious about it last year compared to this year, A, it's almost double the price. You've got an extra squad added in. But B, it's just generally harder to get the high-rated cards, right? It's harder to get an 85 rated squad and an 86 rated squad this year compared to last year, yet they've added in a squad for you to do. And it is to drive you to the store to go and buy a pack that will give you the cards to get you the players. When it comes to the first icon, 22nd of October in FC 24 gave us an 87 rated max icon. No worries. And this year, we got our first max icon on the 16th of October. So about a week earlier again. But once again, last year, the icon was an 85 and an 86 rated squad, whereas this year, it was an 85, an 86, and then another 86 rated squad. So they added again another squad on top and made it even more unaffordable for people. And yet it was the same max rating. And there is something to be said for these max rating icons, and especially now. And we're going to get to this specific one here in terms of comparative to last year. But two 85s, an 86 and an 87 for a max 88 rated icon, there is about 5 or 6 icons that are good enough that if you got them, you'd be like, oh my days, that is insane. And then every other icon will either be good, okay, or bad, or terrible. Even the insane icons will eventually fall behind. Obviously, it will take time, mind you. But when you look at the squad requirements needed for it, and how much effort it would take to get these completed, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. For the icons that you will most likely get, it is just not worth submitting this much content for an icon. And it's really sad because even on my RTG, where I play rivals and champs every week, squad battles every week, I do every objective, I don't miss anything. I literally cannot afford to do this icon SBC unless I spend coins. And spending your coins on a card that is going to be guaranteed untradeable is just crazy to me. The second hero that we got in 24 was the 29th of October. It was a max 87 hero. It required an 84 and an 85 rated squad. The second hero that we got in FC 25 was a max 88 rated hero, which is a little bit better, but it required an 84, an 85, and an 86 rated squad. That's almost acceptable because they've upped the rating that one little bit extra. And then the next icon in FC 24, we had a max 87 icon as the second one, and it required an 84 and an 85 rated squad. For this one, it's this one, which requires an 85, 286 and an 87. Now, in terms of, guys, and I want to show the video on this.
What's up, guys? NepentheZ
just so you can see here. In terms of the cost of the SBC, when we go to this icon SBC and icon upgrade, let's have a look. The difference in dates is again about a week behind. So this was about this day, but a week ahead, right? This came out on the 5th of November. And the max 88 icon for us came out on the 27th of October. So there's about a week's discrepancy. But it was just an 84 and an 85 rated squad for the max 87 icon. The max 87 icon this year the first one cost an 85 and 286s, whereas the first max 87 icon in FC24 cost an 85 and an 86. So EA have recognized the fact that, hey, it's a max 87, we're re-upping it 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later or whatever. We're going to give lesser requirements because those cards have less of worth in the game now. Whereas this time around, in the game that we've got right now, the first icon was a max 87, required 85 to 86s. The second icon was a max 88, so it is a +1 upgrade, but it requires an 85 to 86s and an 87. The difference in price, this SBC at this time in this game was 110,000 coins worth of fodder, right? If you wanted to do it with coins or whatever. In the one in FC25, this one right here that you're looking at, it's 360,000 coins worth of fodder for a max base 88 icon. Can we just take an understanding of, especially based on the fact that what you get is an untradeable card. The absolute best case scenario is you get a usable icon. But if you get an unusable icon, it's not like it has 360,000 coins worth of value somewhere else down the line in another SBC. It literally has the value of whatever the fodder is of that rating of card. So when we look at the cards that are available now, right, let's take it by price as well. You've got Gareth Bale, Patrick Vieira, Rio Ferdinand, Thuram, Ribery, Wayne Rooney, all brilliant, and Fernando Torres, brilliant, right? So you've got 7 icons that are elite tier. I think someone like Torres and someone like Rooney might fall out of the power curve quite quickly. I think Thuram, Ferdinand, Vieira, and Bale will all remain in the power curve for many, many months. I think Ribery might fall out of it eventually, but maybe a little bit after the other ones. Then you've got some like mid-tier icons, which you wouldn't mind getting. Blanc, Zola, Zambrotta, Desai to a degree, Makaleli you wouldn't mind getting. But then you've just got all of these icons, man. Like from here, basically. Keck, Campbell, Vidic, Van Persie, Barnes. They're all way, way, way cheaper than the cost price of the SBC. And there's loads of them. Loads of them. And if you end up getting, like I say, an Ian Rush, which I got out of the first one, he's not worth 66,500 because it's an untradeable icon. So let's say you submit 360,000 coins worth of fodder. Let's say you submit an 85, 286s and an 87 rated card team and you get this Ian Rush back. The only thing you can do with this Ian Rush is either use him, which why would you? Because he's awful. Trust me, I've got him and I've used him and he's awful. Or you can put him into another SBC. At which point he has the value of an 87 rated player. That's it. And if we look at the value of the cheapest 87 rated player, which effectively becomes his value, 12,000 coins. And it is just diabolical at how EA are treating the content this year in general. So Josh has typed a lot out for me here. He says, so we have actually had more icon/hero content with higher max ratings, but the prices and squads required just don't line up at all. Evidence of gouging due to duplicate storage. And it was one of the things I was worried about when they introduced duplicate storage. Yes, I think it's necessary, but I think EA think that people are sitting there with their duplicate storage full of 90 rated cards. Whereas the truth of the matter is, and let's look at my duplicate storage, this is what I've got. I only have 18 cards in there. There's some low-rated golds and then Bremer. And it's like, EA are making these SBCs way more expensive because they just think, oh, with duplicate storage, people are just storing loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of cards, so they've got it to hand. Even if that was the case, that is no good reason to up the amount of requirements for SBCs. The whole point of needing duplicate storage came because EA started giving us an insane amount of untradeable content, whether that be from rewards, whether that be from objectives, or whether that be from the store packs that you are charging people real world money for that are now untradeable. You had to give them a way to store those cards. If you're trying to convince somebody, hey, buy this untradeable pack that's going to give you a load of high rated fodder, and then it's all duplicates, so the only thing they could do is throw it away. That's why you gave dupe storage. Don't then throw it back in their face to increase the requirements of the SBCs because they've got these cards that they was able to save because you made everything untradeable. Like, that is horrible practice from EA. He goes on to say, in terms of what came next with icons in FC24, on November the 19th, we had max 89 icon for an 83 rated squad and an 86 rated squad. 140k base icon came on November the 25th for an 86 and an 87 rated squad, about 280k. The price points that EA are requiring for these heroes and icons are extensively more expensive than what they were last year. Although we've had more this year, that's not even a good argument. Like, we can't even make the argument of, oh yeah, it might be more expensive, but we've had more of them. Because that's more opportunities to spend more fodder and spend more money for a maximum 86 or 87 rated icon or hero. It's just absolutely awful. The 85 upgrade. We had an 85 upgrade last year. Here we go. This is for Centurions as well, of course. It's an 85 plus upgrade. And this requires an 83 rated squad for an 85 plus upgrade. Josh says there was an 85 plus upgrade pack on 611 last year, just an 85 gold, no 380 pluses, but they had good grace to not lie in the requirements. And this is an 83 rated squad, which obviously an 83 rated squad, with everything being discarded for 83s and lower, is like 9k or whatever, right? It costs you like 8k, 9k, and you put in your 983s and your 282s, and you are good. If we look at the SBC this year for the Ballon d'Or challenge, which is effectively the same thing, but of course, or the Ballon d'Or upgrade, effectively the same thing, but of course you get the 3 extra 80 rated cards. It's coming in at 23,000 coins. You could have done this one last year 3 times in terms of the coin cost price of this year's one time. And again, it comes due to the fact that they have manipulated that squad requirement to the point where you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 84s and 2 83s instead of 9 83s and 2 82s. And it is disgraceful. It is disgraceful from EA. League SBCs. We got League SBCs on the 11th of the 11th, yesterday, a year ago. Let's have a look at that as well. I want to show you. I just want to show you guys like everything in the video format as well. So we got League SBCs basically a year ago yesterday. And so we did get League SBCs this time around about a week earlier. But of course, as we well know, the League SBCs this year here, they are identical to what they were last year compared to this year. They're identical. And the reason why that's a problem is because this segment here of the Libertadores and Sudamericana had way more golds available because they were those black cards than it did last year. Like, last year, they were all rares. And so they were a lot easier to pack because all the Libertadores cards were rare cards. So if you opened like an ultimate pack, you might end up getting 5 or 6 of those black cards. You could use them in here. Great. Now, they're mostly commons, which means they're impossible to get. Either way, we've been through that anyway. And then Josh says the final refresh of them was on the April the 23rd. They are literally identical. In FC25, there are 49 gold cards in the Libsud. 10 are rare, 14 river cards, 11 Boca cards. There are 24 gold cards from River or Boca. Now, for FC24, removing duplicate players that transferred or switched from Lib to Sud over the cycle, there were 65 golds from Lib or Sud. 50 of them were rare, 18 River, 10 Boca. So 37 golds were not from River or Boca last year. And this year, 24 only are not from River or Boca. So there's 13 less golds. But not only that, there are 40 less rares, which is a real big nightmare when trying to complete the League SBC. So once again, even though the League SBC is actually identical to last year and is unchanged, it's still more challenging than last year because it's identical. You know, it's almost like sometimes you can't win where people are like, oh, EA didn't even change anything and you're still unhappy. That's the point. The fact that they didn't change anything is is part of the problem. And then the last thing that we could compare from this year to last year, which I don't think I'm going to in this video, I think I'm going to do a video on it specifically for itself, is evolutions. I don't even know where to begin on evolutions, because I think EA have a great idea with stat limits, but two things are happening at the cost of it. Number one, everybody's card is becoming identical because of stat limits. And I do think that as the game cycle goes on, you're going to end up seeing like the same 88 rated strikers just with different names. And, you know, there'll be some like nuanced differences, like left foot or right footed, or, you know, 6'5" instead of 6'2", or 5'8" instead of 5'10", little things like that. But for the most part, these cards are just all becoming the same. Like if you actually look at my Gabriel Jesus right here after the 100 Club Evo, that first section gave him no acceleration, agility, balance, or positioning, and 1-shot power. That second section gave him 6 sprint speed, 4 finishing, 4 long shots, and 5 composure, but no reactions. The last section literally gives him no boost because of stat limits, which means any striker that was similar to Gabriel Jesus in those stats is going to be the same as Gabriel Jesus in those stats now. And the other side of like the evolutions, the one that really gets me, is the coin value of them. Guys, it is so hard to make coins on this game. It is so hard to get fodder on this game. But the fact that we have got the best part of 300,000 coins worth of evolutions that don't even give great upgrades. They're not bad upgrades, don't get me wrong, but they don't even give great upgrades is crazy to me. Nearly 300,000 coins worth of evolutions are right here. And when everything's all comes in, and I can't remember like exactly the process last year of getting cards and getting fodder and getting coins, but I don't recall finding it difficult. This year, as I say, I'm somebody, and let me show you I've still got to finish my rush points for this week, which will give me 75 by 5 and 83 by 2 and the player pick. But look at the objectives. Everything's done in seasonal. I don't know if I'm going to do the crafting upgrade because I don't know if I can. I've nearly finished this here for a few extra little packs, but it's nothing major. I've nearly finished Tiny, which will net me no more. A 75 by 3 and a 75 by 2. I've done FC Pro this here. This only gives SP, no packs here. I've finished nearly every milestone. There is almost nothing for me to do to be able to obtain more packs. Even the milestones that I've got left give TIFOs or pitch trophies or whatever. In terms of the SBCs, if you look at the upgrades, I haven't done some of them, but I did the Road to the Knockout upgrade. I've done all of these challenge SBCs. It's not like I could do these to get some more packs, right? It is impossible. It is not impossible. It is incredibly difficult for me as somebody who does everything on this game. It is incredibly difficult for me to obtain coins, packs, and cards. So imagine then if you're not somebody that can sit on this game as much or as little as you like. Imagine you are somebody that has got school or work, or you're a carer, or you have children, or you've got other like things to do in your life. The ability for you to be able to get or do anything is so goddamn minimal, and it really, really bothers me, man. It really bothers me because I don't understand why EA are doing it. I know that people's thought process is it's to get people to go to the store. But even when you look at the store packs and look at these promo packs, they are horrifically priced. Not like, I'm not even talking about coins. It would be very hard for me to find a pack that I'd like to open with coins. But even for FC points, they are horrifically priced. These are the standard ones, right? The 100k and whatever. Ultimate pack is still a standard pack. But you got packs like this here, not this one here, sorry. 20 rare golds, 82 or higher, so 20 times 82, with 5 guaranteed to have 80 shooting or higher, is 20 untradeable items. Now, what's the odds that you literally get some 85s, 84s, 83s, and 82s? Right? Like, what is in this pack that you might consider is good value for 1,500 FIFA points or FC points or whatever we're calling them? And so, the sheer volume of untradeable promo packs is something that makes me wonder that surely people cannot be going to the store to try and buy packs to try and complete the SBCs, because let's say you wanted to go and do that icon SBC, 285s, an 86 and an 87. How are you getting 285 rated squads, an 86 rated squad, and an 87 rated squad from these packs? They don't give you those guarantees. This is 10 rare golds, 81 or higher, 384 or higher. This guarantees one card to be over 85. This gives you one guaranteed card to be over 86. You're not getting an 87 rated squad. You could open all of these, spend 4,000 FIFA points, and you're not even guaranteed to complete one squad from that icon SBC. So I personally don't believe that EA have got the game to a point where people are like, oh, I can't grind it, I can't earn the rewards for it, let me go and open a store pack to finish it off. Because it's not like it gives like 586 pluses guaranteed. At that point, it'd be like, yeah, do you know what? If I get 586 pluses, if I open one of them and I get 586s, that'd be savage, but that halfway completes me the 86 rated squad. If I manage to get like an 89 whoever, an 89 Odegaard and a 90 De Bruyne in there, I can complete all of it off of that one squad. Even then, it's like crazy pricing and way overpriced, but at least it kind of guarantees you the ability to complete what's there. The way they've got this store set up, it doesn't guarantee anybody anything. And so I couldn't possibly imagine that anyone's going to this store going, yep, let me open some packs to complete these SBCs, because they don't guarantee you enough to be able to do the SBCs. Anyway, guys, I know this is a bit of a longer one today, a bit of a different one today. I'm sure I'm still going to come out for the 6 p.m. content as well to see what's there. But yeah, I don't know. I can't believe, like genuinely can't believe the difference in how much everything is costing this year compared to last year, how much we had last year compared to this year, and how hard it is to get the players needed for the content this year compared to last year. And that is why everybody is going wild at this game right now, let alone the gameplay. The gameplay and the menus are kind of like two different things. And I said this yesterday, and I'll end on this today. People will tolerate bad gameplay. They'll still complain about it, but people will tolerate bad gameplay if the menus are fun to play and engaging and can keep you occupied and be rewarding and grindable and repeatable. But when the gameplay's, and similarly, if the gameplay was good, people would tolerate bad menus because you would just enjoy actually playing the game, right? EA have got it so that neither the menus nor the gameplay offer anything of real value, and it's ruining the game. It is literally ruining the game. I have never, ever, ever seen more people, specifically people in my circles of content creators and high-level players and pro players, I've never seen so many people be so disgruntled with a version of FC or FIFA, to the point where, and I mean this sincerely, I don't think I have seen a single content creator speak positively on this game, be it gameplay or menus, in the last 2 to 3 weeks. There are usually some people that will kind of see a different side or have a different interpretation or understanding of what's going on. This time around, it feels like everybody hates it, and that's a problem.